A very good day to all of you students. Today we are going to start our fifth chapter, that is human body. So students, here in this chapter we will study about our body, means the processes which we see in our body, like digestion, excretion, respiration, etc. Okay, so firstly what we will start is nutrition. So, what is the meaning of nutrition? First, we have to see this, that nutrition is the process of getting nutrients. So, for human, the mode of nutrition is heterotropic mode of nutrition. So, students, what is the meaning of heterotropic? Heterotropic means when an organism depend on other organism for their nourishment, the mode of nutrition is known as heterotropic mode of nutrition. Okay, since in human you can see that holozoic mode of nutrition, then what is the meaning of holozoic mode of nutrition? When any complex substance is taken by the organism for their nourishment, that mode of nutrition is known as holozoic mode of nutrition. So holozoic mode of nutrition is just a part of heterotropic mode of nutrition. Okay, the process of nutrition can be divided into processes like ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Now, what is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion? We will see here. Okay. So, firstly, what is ingestion? When we take food inside our mouth, that is the process of ingestion. Okay, that means the process of taking food is known as ingestion. What is the meaning of digestion? When the taken food is get converted into simple form. You eat complex food and then inside your body that complex food is converted into simple form is known as digestion. After the digestion you can see absorption. Now the simple foods are going to be absorbed by your cell, that is known as absorption. What is the assimilation? Now these absorbed food are being utilized by your cells. Okay, for and why they utilize these food? For the production of energy, growth, and repair. This process is known as assimilation. And what is egestion? When we eat some food get absorbed inside our body for production of energy, for maintenance, for repair, for growth, and some unwanted food get removed from our body, and that removal of unwanted food, undigested food, is known as egestion. Okay students, so may you got all these points, that is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. This is ingestion and this is egestion. Ingestion, you take food, and in egestion you just remove out from your body through the process of excretion, and this is known as egestion. Okay, the removal of undigested food from the body. After that here you will see where all these activities are going to be happen, means where your nourishment, the things you eat, the nutrients which you get, where they get digested, and they get digested into your digestive system. So basically digestive system comprises of alimentary canal. So alimentary canal is the pathway which include all your nutrients to get digest inside it. Okay, and also digestive, it is digestive tract. The alimentary canal is the digestive tract, and beside of alimentary canal you also contain digestive glands, and alimentary canal and digestive glands, they compactly forms a system that is known as digestive system. Okay, So first thing which we see in our digestive system is our mouth. Okay, so this is our mouth. Okay, beside your mouth you can see the buccal cavity. The buccal cavity is also known as oral cavity. Inside your oral cavity you see your tongue, your teeth. So basically where your teeth and tongue is found, that is known as oral or buccal cavity. After that, the pharynx, the pipe which joins buccal cavity and esophagus, is known as pharynx. Okay. After pharynx you can see esophagus. So basically why we are seeing all these things, because from mouth your food travels from this pathway, okay, to perform the process of digestion. Okay students, so after mouth you can see your buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is the cavity in which you found your tongue and teeth. Okay, that is also known as oral cavity. After that pharynx and then esophagus. What is the another name of esophagus? The esophagus is also known as food pipe. Okay, the food which you eat goes by the process of peristalsis movement through your esophagus, which means inside your esophagus peristalsis movement takes place. Peristalsis movement is just contraction and relaxation of the walls of esophagus. Okay, and then your food come inside your stomach. Okay, and when it comes inside your stomach, the stomach secrete gastric juices. And why it secrete gastric juice? For the digestion of food. One thing which we had left, student, is that salivary gland. Okay, the salivary gland is useful for the secretion of saliva. Okay, and you also know that the secretion of saliva comes from your mouth, inside your mouth. The secretion of saliva gets inside your mouth. So the secretion of saliva is done by your salivary glands. Okay students, after stomach you can see small intestine, and the first part of intestine is very much important. And why it is important? Because the first part of intestine, small intestine, is duodenum, and where the liver duct and pancreatic duct gets open. Now what is liver and what is pancreas? See, liver and pancreas doesn't come in the pathway of alimentary canal, but they give their secretion inside the alimentary canal, which means the liver secrete bile and the pancreas secrete pancreatic juices, and the both bile and pancreatic juices are the juice which play a major role in the digestion of food. Okay, after that, after the small intestine, after duodenum you can see jejunum and ileum. So basically the small intestine is divided into three parts, which is duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Please students, if you don't know this, write down in your copy that the small intestine is divided into three parts. Here you can see that it is written after stomach, this is duodenum, jejunum and ileum. These three are the part of small intestine. Okay, so after stomach, here you can see the remaining digestion of food and absorption of food takes place. We can see here in stomach it churns the food, gastric juice carries out protein digestion. Okay, means inside the stomach the gastric juices were secreted which help in the digestion of protein, and after that in duodenum the emulsification of fat takes place. Why the emulsification of fat takes place in duodenum? Because I had already told you that the bile is secreted inside the duodenum, and who secrete bile? Liver. Okay, after that duodenum you can see jejunum. Jejunum is the part of small intestine, which lie after the duodenum, and here the digestion of fat, proteins and carbohydrate takes place. Okay, after that jejunum, the ileum is the last part of small intestine. And what is the role of ileum? The digestion ends here. Okay, also the completely digested food is further absorbed through villi, which means in ileum the absorption takes place through the wall of intestine into the blood capillaries. Okay, after the ileum, cecum, colon and rectum is found, and cecum, colon and rectum are the part of large intestine. Okay, what is the function of cecum and colon and rectum? They perform the absorption of water. Okay, and what is the function of rectum? Fecal or the undigested matter prior to defecation is stored here. Rectum just stored the undigested food, and through the anus they just ejected out from our body. So students, here you can see where the all part of digestive system is situated. Here you can see the esophagus. Okay, this pipe is esophagus. It's get into stomach. Okay, the esophagus gets into stomach, and stomach start into duodenum when it connected to small intestine, means the first part of small intestine is duodenum. Okay, and duodenum also contain the duct of liver and pancreas, where pancreatic juices and liver juice, which is bile, is secreted inside the duodenum for the process of digestion. Okay, and what is the meaning of digestion? Digestion means the breaking down of complex food into the simple form. Okay,